Here we have the new 2023 Mercedes-Benz 2500 Sprinter. Now what makes this van so special is this is the approach model from Outside Van. So they're an upfit company and they basically retrofitted this thing inside and out, and it's absolutely sick. Comes in selenite gray metallic, and then we have the black leather interior. And the powertrain on this Sprinter van consists of that new 2-liter high output turbocharged inline 4 engine, made it with that 9-speed automatic transmission. And then we also get that all new all-wheel drive system as well. But as we come around to the front end here, Outside Vans provide us with this LED light bar, these LED fog lights, and then we get the standard LED daytime running lights, LED headlamps, and then we still get those halogen fog lights as well. But I mean, just a stunning and aggressive look on this Sprinter van. And as we come around to the wheels here, we get these beautiful 17-inch alloy wheels, black rhinos. They look so bad. Of course, we have an off-road suspension. But to the driver door panel here, pretty much the same as you could expect on a 170-inch wheelbase cargo van. You get one-touch automatic up and down windows on the front. You do have your power mirrors for the side. You can adjust using that dial here, to either left or right. And you have power folding mirrors with blind spot monitors. And I love having the tow mirrors on here because it just makes visibility that much easier. 3-stage heated seats for the driver, front passenger. Power door lock controls are here. You get a power seat back, seat bottom. You can adjust that. Then memory seating. To do that, just hit the M, hold the number you want to set it to. Tons of storage in the door panel here, map pockets, and then additional map pocket and a bottle holder there. And to the seat, we get 4-way power lumbar, manual thigh support. There are headlamp controls, brightness for the gauge clusters, and then we have our standard fog lights and rear fog lights before everything that you get from Outside Vans. And then we have our manual tilt and telescope steering wheel release right there. But there's the driver's seat with that upfitted leather. Looks so great. And I want to give a huge shout out to Mercedes-Benz of Westchester in Westchester, Ohio, for allowing me to review this van today. Go to tristatevans.com to check out their inventory. They have some of the coolest stuff out there. The fuel cap is right there. First time I reviewed one of these, it took me forever to find that. Now, as part of the Outside Vans package, we do get the power running boards, which I love. But we're gonna go ahead and climb up this ladder. I wanna show you all something. Just bear with me. So right up here, we have our AC unit. I've got that running now. And then we have 2 max fans set up so we can turn those on to get the fans going and kind of get air circulating through. And then we have a nice solar panel there that recharges our battery pack when we need it to. So a pretty sick setup. And that solar definitely comes in handy. I'll show you why after a while. But 30 amp plug in here. It's our water, the hookups for that. Now coming around to the back end, we do get our LED tail lamps. Then we also have those added LED rear lights, which are super bright. They're blinding to look at even in the day. Our spare tires right underneath there, excuse me. And then tow package. There's the exhaust. Let's go ahead and take a look back here. Open these doors up. And we do have side pockets in the back if you want to stow stuff. And those are kind of closed off, which I like. And it matches the rest of the van pretty nicely in terms of the inside. But our water hookup is here. And then we do have 3-prong household plugins throughout. Now what's cool about this, one of my favorite things is this folds into a bed, or you can just leave it like it is there. But then you also have the bed up here, which you can also fold up. So depending on whatever you want your configuration to be, there's so much that you can customize here to make it your own. And then switches and USB cables throughout. And there's the fan there. Yeah, I can reach that power button to show you. So there it's going there. Opens that vent up top. Then you can just shut it off and you can close all this up. And it's all pretty easy to do. Just button all that back up. And then we have that Jensen TV there. So this is a great option in my opinion if it's just 2 people or maybe 2 and a baby, a smaller person. For the ultimate feeling of luxury without feeling too cramped, but you could fit 4 people in here if you wanted to. We get the bigger power running board on the side here. And then let's check out these seats. First of all, these are removable and all the upholstery is upfitted from Outside Vans. And pretty comfortable. We do have a fire extinguisher here just in case. So love having that. Now what's cool is you can actually partition all this off with these drop downs, and you can zip all that up so people can't see in the front. And then you can also drop these down to close all that up. But what's great is you can also open the windows too. So however you want to do it, whether you want to let everything in or keep everything out, you can do that. And then you can also fold this down and you kind of have a tent feel. So you're keeping the bugs out, but you're still getting that fresh air. Especially if you don't want to run your AC up. Which, speaking of that, let me show you one of the coolest things about this. So this system right here keeps track of your voltage, your power flow, all of that. So what it does is it tells you how much is being used from the battery pack. So here it's telling me I'm using a lot, obviously, with the AC running, and it'll actually couple with the battery from the vehicle when it's running, and it'll, you know, diminish how much is being used from the battery. And you could turn the inverter on and off, set timeouts for the screen, all of that. So it's very, very intuitive. And then over here, you could turn on your hot water, the electric, the furnace, adjust the fan speed, and then that kind of keeps you on your toes. So if you do want to try and go rugged for a couple of days without using any fuel and when just using that battery pack, you can do that. But all the ceiling lights are on now. And again, there's that TV there. And all of our radio, we can turn that up, set Bluetooth up, XM, 2 USB ports. And like I said, there are plugs throughout. And then I love these cabinets. You just close them and lock them like that. So pretty interesting. And then if you want to put your silverware somewhere, you can do that as well. Then we have a fridge here. So that's running. Sinks here. And then over here, this is your induction stove. So you can have that kind of laying right there on the side. And then microwave there. And what's neat about this is you turn the inverter on, and then microwave comes on there. And then again, you can still track that power flow just based on what's being used. So pretty neat again. But there's a look. If you can see, when this is folded up, again, you can fold this back and move everything to the back of the van, and then you have seating area underneath there. Or as you can see from the back there, you can fold out that side, and then you could turn that into a bed if you want to. Toilets here, water's there, shower. I mean, this thing has everything, as it should, because it's not cheap, but it's definitely worth it in my opinion. I wish I could afford one of these. I mean, just fantastic. Then you have a tank system monitor, and this is where your switch is to power everything on. So when I power this off, which I'll show you here in a minute, everything's gonna cut off with it. And then right here, we can turn that AC off. And I mean, obviously that's gonna burn up the majority. As you can see, it's already going back down from whatever it was, 1,000 and something, to basically nothing. Then you have switches over here that you can toggle. I mean, I'm sorry if I missed anything, but this just has so much in it, it's crazy. And now it's showing that we're actually getting power back to the battery. So I love that. Just love this whole setup here. It's so cool. Especially using that solar panel, you can kind of see how much you're getting. Like if you're driving for 24 hours, you can charge up your battery and then use it while you're camping at your site, and then, you know, continue that on and on. But when I cut all this off, you'll see that that cuts off with it. So all the power is going off everywhere. So again, just a super, super neat system. And then over here, 4-way power lumbar, pretty much the same adjustability for this front passenger seat. Memory seat function, all that. Big pocket there. And then before I forget, you do have even more lights. If you want to have a light by the door to see who's coming in, or so that you can see where you're going, you can do that. But Mercedes-Benz of Westchester, definitely check them out. They are, I believe, the only dealer in the US that has these in particular. So I've been told. I thought I popped the hood, but I didn't. Hold on one second. So again, we do get that new powertrain for 2023, and that includes this 2-liter high output inline 4 engine that's turbocharged. But there that is in there. And there's our air compressor back in there. I'm gonna cut all these lights off because they can be blinding. But hopping in the driver's seat here, we do get this beautiful leather wrap steering wheel. Very good grip there. And then right over here, air compressor, we can toggle that. Those fog lights, I'm gonna turn off, that light bar, the amber lights, and then the rear lights. So all that's off now, but you can turn everything on and off from this little pod here. Now to the radio itself, we do have AM, FM, XM navigation. And to do that, we just go to that and we can start typing in either points of interest or an address, and then we can also use voice recognition if you want to do that. And then we have favorites, we can set up your home, work, and then you also have gas stations, parking, restaurants if you want to find something that's close while you're out of town. Now with the Bluetooth audio, we do get wireless CarPlay and Android Auto as part of this new system, which I like. And then we can check on our battery voltage here, horsepower, torque. And I still have the plastic on this, I don't want to take it off yet, but here we can go ahead and toggle our parking sensors, lane departure. We do get lane keeping assist, which I love. And then all of your other controls are here. But important stuff, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. To set that connection up, pretty easy to do. And then if for whatever reason you want to change your language, which I did not mean to do that, that's why you should take the plastic off, but oh well. So if you want to change your language, if you want to change your units, you can do all of that from here. But quick shortcuts for the camera, telephone, radio media, navigation, volume controls, home button. This is a mute button, and if you hold it, you can either turn the display off or turn the whole system off. And then you can go to these settings without using the screen just by clicking that shortcut there, excuse me. And units, if you want to change the system from metric or from US to metric, you can do that. So very, very intuitive system. Now for the backup camera, you do get the 360 view, and the guidelines follow you on both screens. And then your front camera, you get the same compatibility there, so I love that. And then down here, we do get single zone automatic climate controls, big plus. So to turn the auto mode off, just adjust the fan speed, and then you can get the fan direction back to how you want it just by clicking the air distribution buttons here. Adjust temperature there. Hazards are here, and then your defroster's right there. You can close the vents off as well. 4 bottle holders here. And there's a quick look at the back seat, or I should say the back in general. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, if y'all bear with me, just show you the window sticker here. Now obviously this is missing about 200 grand worth of upfit, but sticker's right at 78,639 before everything. But we get the rain sensing windshield wipers, the all-wheel drive package. It's a bunch of stuff here. And again, huge shout out Mercedes-Benz of Westchester for allowing me this opportunity. I love being able to review stuff like this. But we do have a sunglasses holder here. Lights are there. And I love that we have the giant storage pockets here. If you want to, I don't know what you'd put up there, but maybe maps or whatever, you can just store it right in here. Then we have these huge sun visors. But back to the steering wheel, with the rain sense wipers, we can adjust those here. We have our intermittent low and high there. And then we can hit this button on the side, push it all the way in for the front wiper fluid. And when the headlamps are on, we can toggle the high beams on and off and flash there. And then for the shifter, pull down for drive, pull all the way up for reverse, and you can kind of tap from either direction to go into neutral. And then press that side button for park. Paddle shifters are behind the steering wheel. We can turn that adaptive cruise on and off, adjust the speed there, and then adjust the gap here, and then resume, cancel. And then all of this is for your gauge cluster. So you can use this kind of fingerprint sensor as a scroll bar, as you can see, and scroll through everything. So when I go back to the home page, I can scroll left and right there. And then for the right side, you have those same buttons, but all that's for the actual radio. So you can scroll through that, hit the home page, use the back button, everything there. And then voice recognition by tapping that up. Tap this down for favorites, and you can set that up. And again, it's nice to be able to just use this bar instead of using the touchscreen if you want to do that. And then volume controls here. You can mute by clicking this, and then you can toggle the volume down right there. And then Bluetooth buttons are right here. And that's what the horn sounds like. That pretty much covers it for the most part. So there's your push button start. Finally, here's your key fob. And next, let's go ahead and take this outside van approach out on the road for a test drive.